Hey everybody, back with another video, another McFarlane Batman. I haven't had one in a little while, and I'm kind of staying away from a bulk of these repainted figures that McFarlane's doing. Some of them I've already had, seen, reviewed. If they don't warrant my time, I'm not going to bother with them. But this Origin Batman is very interesting to me. I like this one, this Detective Comics number 27 guy that they've just come out with. Already, if you have the figure, you can see some things I've done to him. Now, let me say what a few changes. I used a DC Direct Origin Batman base, which is really cool. Has information, says first appearance, all that good stuff. I stole the little comic that came with it. I used that as a display thing. And I cut the back of the McFarlane box off as a backdrop piece. And I did a few things to the figure. Now, I love the bodysuit color. I absolutely love it out of the box the way it is. I like the slight blue-gray. He looks different than the other Batman on my shelf. He looks really good. I like the style and look of it. And I did change the color of his gloves. I like the fist hands the best. The flat hands were horrific, and the open hands were okay, but I did not like the purple. They looked like Joker gloves. So what I did was I mixed a little bit of the bodysuit color with a pure purple and darkened it just a little bit. You know, gave them a little, and so they're arguably blue or purple because there is blue in the bodysuit. I also added a little bit of shadowing and texturing to the belt, which was just this solid lemon yellow. And I gloss coated with some of my favorite stuff here. We'll look at it. Intermediate Gauzy Agent Shine Enhancer. You can, of course, airbrush this stuff, but it also works for those of us who like to use a hand brush. And so what I do with it, because it levels itself real well, it doesn't leave brush strokes. So I decided, since this Batman was new, he was an Origin Batman, he hasn't been out on the street a long time, he's got a new suit. Everything's new. So he has shinier boots. There's a little bit of scuff around the feet and around the heels and all that. But I shined his boots a little. I did not shine the trunks. They have a kind of a leatherish look to them. They were okay. I shined up the belt and the pods and packets on the belt and the front button thing, all that. I did not shine the gloves. I felt like they looked leathery and they looked okay. As you can see, I shined the bat so that it stood out from his cloth material, right? Just one coat of Gauzy did that, one coat. And I put a little Gauzy on the cowl. So he has a shinier cowl, which in turn matches the shinier material a little better. It brings his head into the cape a little bit more. I also did one other thing. You can probably see it right off the bat. His ears are sharp. I always sharpen the ears if they're rounded. I can't stand that. And that's done with an X-Acto razor knife and very careful trimming. In fact, I only trim the inside edges very carefully with a very sharp blade. And so that gave me the sharp ear look, kept the length, just sharpened them. Okay, so with the Gauzy, the sharper ears, and before the Gauzy went on, I did one thing. I painted black on that cowl mixed with a little bit of a gunmetal color. The gunmetal has little particulate pieces in it. And if you look at the cape, it has particulate reflection because the threads shine in different ways. There's a kind of a particulate look. So I said, okay, put a little particulate in some black paint only on the cowl, and it'll match the cape a little bit. Now there's not much, it's mostly black, but it helps. It just helps match that cape a little bit, okay? Then I put my Gauzy on, and only one layer. I might have cheated on the front edge of the ears and added a little more to the brow, but I didn't do much. And I think one other thing I really did was I don't like the skin color that McFarlane tends to paint faces. They always look dead, like they've never been in the sun. So I gave this guy a little bit better. I mean, I have pale skin, you know, but I gave him a little better skin tone than that bleached out color he had. And it's amazing how much more life it gives a Batman figure when you paint the skin on his face. I've almost had to do that universally on every figure I have. It's just, sometimes they have beards and stuff, you know, 5 o'clock shadow, but at least darken the skin some. They come alive. That's about it. That's all I got to say. I never get a figure without doing some alteration, so I wanted to show you what I did with my McFarlane first edition, you know, initial issue, first appearance Batman. And yes, this is a wire cape, and yes, you can do the most dramatic, amazing things with that cape. I've had more fun with it. You can actually do that with the cape. It's really cool. It's amazing what you can do. And one other thing I want to address. There's a lot of people criticizing this Batman because they say he's too big compared to some of the other Batmans. I think they used, I'm not sure which body it would have been. Maybe Hush, I'm not sure. You know, McFarlane, they do reuse, they do repaint, and I don't tend to buy those. In this case, I thought the bigger Batman for an origin was nice. I like that he's a bigger man. I like when you put him with a Robin, he makes Robin look younger. He makes Robin look more like he should for the early days Robin. And just, he looks more grandiose. I like Batman being a big guy. So that I like that. This suits me just fine. That this Batman is not a little thin runt guy. You know, I like Batman to hit the street looking like he's ready to fight crime. So this is a conglomerate figure, DC Direct Pieces, you know, base, book with McFarlane's, you know, figure intact. Best cape McFarlane has produced on a figure, period. I look forward to seeing them do leather and leather type materials instead of just cloth. And I think we'll go from there. This is my figure intact. If you like it, if you like what I did, hit a like. I hope you do. If you have a comment, please have a comment. If you have questions about what I did or how I did it, please ask. Please subscribe if you have not already. And we'll go to the next thing. I don't know whether it'll be a figure, a statue, or what it'll be, a model, what. But I just had to get one more Batman in there, gang. This was just too cool not to. Talk to you later.